Next we are going to discuss another topic, that is colligative property. What are colligative properties? Colligative properties. Colligative properties are those properties of the solution which depends upon number of particles of solute and not on the nature of the solute particles in the solution. Again I am repeating, what are colligative properties? Colligative properties are those properties of the solution which depends upon number of particles of solute and not upon the nature of the solute particles in the solution. It depends upon only the number of particles of the solution. Colligative properties depends upon number of particles of solute. Now there are four colligative properties. I'll discuss one by one. There are four colligative properties. First one is relative lowering of vapor pressure. Relative lowering in vapor pressure. Second one is elevation in boiling point. Elevation in boiling point. Third one is depression in freezing point. Depression in freezing point. And fourth one is osmotic pressure. So, what I am telling, what are colligative properties? Colligative properties are those properties of the solution which depends only upon the number of particles of the solute. And how many types of colligative properties are there? There are four colligative properties which I will discuss one by one. First one is relative lowering in vapor pressure. Second one, elevation in boiling point. Third one, depression in freezing point. And fourth one is osmotic pressure. Now, if I discuss the first one, relative lowering in vapor pressure. In vapor pressure. Students, all of us know that non-volatile solute do not change to vapor. So, if you add some non-volatile solute to a solvent, what will happen? The vapor pressure of the solution will decrease. Why it will decrease? Because non-volatile solute do not change into vapor phase and it will occupy the surface of if you are taking a solvent, pure solvent, and if you are adding some non-volatile solute to it. Non-volatile solute, if you are adding to a solvent, non-volatile solute you are adding to a solvent, then what will happen? This non-volatile solute, suppose these are the particles of non-volatile solute, this will occupy the surface of the container containing the solvent, and these non-volatile solute will not change to vapor state. So what will happen? The escaping tendency of the solvent particles will decrease. So, whenever we are adding a non-volatile solute to a solvent, to a liquid, to a volatile liquid, if you are adding a non-volatile solute, then its vapor pressure of the solution will definitely decrease, because this escaping tendency of the solvent particles will decrease. Why the escaping tendency is decreasing? Because the solute particles are occupying some of the surface of some of the area of the surface, area on the surface of the container containing the solvent, and it has no tendency to change to vapor state. So the escaping tendency of the solvent will decrease. So the less number of solvent particles will change to vapor. So vapor pressure of the solution, vapor pressure of the solvent in the solution will decrease. So what I told, again I am repeating what I am telling. If you are adding a non-volatile solute to a solvent, then to a liquid, rather you can say to a liquid, if you are adding a non-volatile solute and the liquid is volatile, then what will happen? In the solution, the vapor pressure of the liquid will decrease. Now, I will explain this mathematically. What I am telling, vapor pressure of pure liquid. Suppose you are representing vapor pressure of the liquid in the solution as P, then it will be less than vapor pressure of the pure liquid. After adding a non-volatile solute, what will happen? The vapor pressure of the solution will decrease. So, vapor pressure of pure solvent will be more than the vapor pressure of the solvent in the solution. So, we can write decrease in vapor pressure as P naught minus P. Decrease in vapor pressure as P naught minus P. Now, if you write relative lowering, or here you can, in case of decrease, you can write lowering in vapor pressure. Lowering in vapor pressure will be equal to P naught minus P. Then relative lowering in vapor pressure will be equal to vapor pressure of pure solvent minus vapor pressure of the solution divided by vapor pressure of the pure solvent. Again I am explaining, whenever we are adding a non-volatile solute to a solvent, then vapor pressure of the solution decreases. So the vapor pressure of the pure component will be, pure liquid will be more than the vapor pressure of the liquid in the solution or the vapor pressure of the solution. So we can write lowering in vapor pressure as P naught minus P. This is vapor pressure of pure liquid. Now, relative lowering in vapor pressure we can write P naught minus P by P naught. What is this P naught? Vapor pressure of pure liquid. Vapor pressure of pure liquid. This relative lowering in vapor pressure is equal to the mole fraction of solute in the solution. What? The relative lowering in vapor pressure is equal to mole fraction of solute in the solution. So, we are getting one formula. What we are getting? We are getting P naught A also, or you can write, or P naught minus P by P naught is equal to XB. P naught is vapor pressure of pure component and this is vapor pressure of the solution. Now, by knowing this formula, we can calculate, we can solve many numericals. We all know that. What is XB? XB is mole fraction of the solute. Usually what we do, we denote the solute with B. So we can write for XB, we can write that is equal to NB by Na plus NB. Now for dilute solution we can write that is equal to NB by Na. Na is much greater than NB. So we can neglect this B from the denominator. So for dilute solution what we are getting, that is equal to NB by Na. So again you can write for NB you can write WB by MB, and for Na you can write WA by MA. So it will be equal to MA by W. So we are getting P naught A minus P by P naught, that is equal to WB by MB into MA by WA. So sometimes in your questions you will find that they are asking to calculate molecular mass of the solute. Knowing other parameters, we can calculate the molecular mass of the solute. If we are knowing the values of the other components, then we can easily calculate the value of the molecular mass of the solute. Or any other thing asked related to this, you can solve with this formula. So what I told, what is relative lowering in vapor pressure? Whenever we are adding a non-volatile solute to a solvent, then the vapor pressure of the solution will decrease. And relatively if you will find, then we are getting P naught minus P by P naught, and that will be equal to X.